people pass as to what happens to their soul. Now, don't get me wrong, it's what you perceive as to what you think a ghost is and how you interpret that. Like I say, many religions and many cultures perceive it in different many ways. The Egyptians, they believe that Anubis comes, takes their soul into the underworld. That's the one, I couldn't think of the name. Do you know what I mean? So there are many things and different religions. Greece, they believe that and Romans, they believe that Hades comes and takes the souls to the afterlife and entraps them into the afterlife. So there's no souls or spirits or ghosts roaming the plains of our world. They're all being taken by the underworld and afterlife. They've not gone to heaven. They've been taken. I don't know, like, do people believe in heaven and hell? Does this also equate back to religion? Quite possibly, but we're going to find out with my two guests in just a minute. Emoji J, can you bring up that video footage for me, please? If you request the box, the YouTube clip that I sent you. Now, I have evidence of this. I don't know if anybody knows. There's two YouTubers. They're also renowned for being on TikTok. Their name's Lainey and Ben. Now, they have... Hi, guys. Well, welcome to Alex Explains the Unexplained. We are literally talking about ghosts today. My two guests are Thomas and Dar. In a minute, I'm going to play you guys a clip. Now, you guys decipher whether or not you believe this or not. Their name's Lainey and Ben. They've lived in quite a new house. It's a new build, I believe. I believe they're located in the Midlands here in the UK. And their house is extremely haunted. Like, they have poltergeist activity. Now, they believe that the two spirits in question that are showing... Sorry, I've got really itchy nose, guys. The two spirits that are in question that they believe is not demonic. They are two spirits, but they just like to show themselves occasionally. So when Emoji J's found that clip and can get in the guest box, we're going to play it for you guys. And you can tell me whether or not you believe what you're seeing is actually... Okay, no worries, Emoji J, that's fine. So you can decipher for yourselves whether or not you believe that this is really happening. Now, I know a lot of people are skeptics and people don't necessarily believe. I'm not here to change your minds or make you believe otherwise. We are going to look into this together as a collective with my two guests. Are you ready, Emoji J? That's fine. The thing is, the Lainey and Ben, like I said, I do know them. They're not... They started YouTube before they started TikTok, and they've been showing these paranormal happenings in their home
looking for
quite a
royalty-free
while.
music?
It's not like
Discover
it's new to
Epidemic
them.
Sound.
Like
Get
I
the
say, it's a new
safest.
build house. There's no need for it to be haunted unless, like, I don't think they know where the houses were originally, like, because they could have been built on burial grounds. There are many, like, theories behind as to why they're being haunted. Sorry, I think I've got cat hair on my nose. Hold on. This is a problem when you have animals, guys. They get everywhere. But yeah, so they've had constant hauntings. So it's not like it's small. Some of them have been quite aggressive. Now, they've recently just had a child and they don't want this poltergeist activity to then hurt their new child. Do you know what I mean? So they're trying to be wary and very cautious as to what is going on and in their surroundings, which I totally understand and I totally get, because you don't want something to attack your newborn child that you've given life to, that you love, that you care and you cherish about. How are we coming with the video emoji, Jay? Okay. Hold on, Jay. Before you play it, I'm going to make you slightly bigger so everybody can see this. So this is, and the poltergeist actually. Thank you, Emoji Jay. So, as you could see, the bin was upright. The bin falls over the kitchen. Then they go to their living room. They have a, hi Nemo, they have a mirror that is on the desk. The mirror flings off, then turns. Now, you can't use that by string, anything like that. Now, I suggest, no, there's no fishing rod. There's nothing like that in the house. These guys are in bed asleep. I would highly recommend going to their YouTube channel. It is Lainey and Ben Paranormal sightings in their house. Now, they've heard footsteps. They've had their kitchen door open. They've had knives flinging in their kitchen. And we're not talking about little knives. We're talking about sharp kitchen knives. So obviously that footage was done at nighttime, guys, hence the night vision cameras. So, you know, that video footage was just a clip it of what we are talking about. Now, I have two amazing guests. We have Thomas Connors, who is a medium, and we have Dar. Now, Dar is going to be playing against Tom. Obviously, is for spirits and ghosts being real. Can I get you both, please, to request the box? Tom, you're going to go first, and then Dar, we're going to hear your argument afterwards. Can I get you both, please, to request the box for me? Sorry, I've got a really itchy nose. I think it's my hay fever as well. Dar, you here? Can you request the box for me? Okay, I'm gonna bring Tom in. Okay, hold on.
Smaller.
Hold on, where's... Okay, no worries, Dar. Okay. We have you both. Okay, so I'm gonna get Tom to go over his side, and then Dar, we're gonna hear you afterwards. Okay, so Tom, the floor is yours.
Okay, for that, those clips you showed almost had me, almost, with the thing flipping off and the yes. When that door opened, no, because I've been in haunted houses. I've seen doors open and they don't open that fast. They just don't. They don't have that kind of power. Now, as for me, yes, I do see ghosts, but I don't consider it ghosts. Everybody we know has energy. We all have energy in us. That's how we live. That's how your heart beats. When we pass away, that energy does not. And that's what I see, energy. And my mind, for some reason, puts that energy into a person. And whoever I'm talking to, like you, Alice, for when I was talking about your grandmother, it put her into a picture that I seen. And I've done it since 1985. When I do it, I don't ask anybody to believe me. It's what I describe the person, and if they have something to say, they say it. And you know I've done it. I've been mentioned in books. I'm in a book called Ghost of Long Island 2. Telling it's an old mansion where I live. It was built in the 1800s, and I told these people about ghosts that were in the house. Now this woman who wrote the book never met me. She brought in
Yeah.
her own psychic, and she found the same things that I was telling them. That there was uh, two men and two women that are spirits in the house, and I never met them. Met this woman, but
Mm.
yes, she found the same thing. And then people
Okay.
that were in the house would have experiences over time. Each and every one of them. There was one room in the house that I always thought was cool. No one could take a picture in this room.
Yeah.
Everybody who went in with a camera, cell phone, anything, would immediately drain. And the woman who we had boutiques in the house. The woman had stuffed dolls, and she had put just before she came in new batteries into her camera. Walked in the room. 5 minutes later, it was dead. They were sucking the energy out of the camera or out of whatever devices they can use to appear,
Mm.
and they usually did appear. So
Very interesting. For those who are just joining, by the way, welcome to Alex Explains the Unexplained. We have my two guests, Thomas Connors and Dar. We are looking at today ghosts, whether or not we believe they really do exist, whether they actually co-inhabit with us in this plane, or whether or not it's just an absolute urban myth and legend. And this is what we're kind of like delving into today. Tom is a medium, so I got him involved. Dar, I know, has had some things happen in his own home. So I think, like, sorry, Dar, he had to be on the against on this side because obviously Tom being a medium, I needed somebody for. He claimed it. Sorry, Dar. Um, but we're gonna like hear both sides because normally when we run this show, normally the person that's normally against will then also then decide for, which hasn't happened before. So obviously we're gonna really delve into this. So back over to you, Tom, because you know, this is your time to shine.
well, our friend, you know him, I know him, Gabriel,
Mm-hmm.
never, all these years he saw me do it, kind of was skeptical. But then one day, when our other friend, he was always hosting me, and for some reason, when he hosted me, I could not read anything of it. But then our friend Nate took it over, and then I could. And I started reading Gabriel, and he said that And I don't remember it because it's not for me to remember when I'm talking to somebody about their loved ones.
Mhm.
And I pulled up two names that I could not have known. He never talked about them or anything, but yet I knew these names. And that impressed him.
See, like for me, uh, like being an empath and a clairvoyant, um, I even though I do ghost hunts, by the way, guys, I do ghost hunts, and there are some things that I've captured, and there's some things that I don't necessarily capture. It's all dependent. Like I know people say haunted's haunted no matter what time of the day it is, and I get
Hmm.
that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be at night. It could be in daytime. But I've seen these some videos on Facebook too. Uh, Immediately, oh no, no way! You could tell it was faked because sheets come off a bed, but it's pulled down from one little piece. No, if it was a ghost, a real ghost, he'd pull the whole sheet, not just one little area.
Mm.
It's just people faking. But other ones, there's shows, so many shows on TV. Some of them I like, some of them I don't like.
Mm.
And the one that got caught was Ghost Adventures. They actually got caught putting sounds in and stuff more than a few years ago, but they were caught
Yeah,
putting noises in.
Nick, the guy, one of the
Yeah.
hunters, it was when Nick was on the show, and it wasn't Zach, it wasn't any of the others, it was actually Nick that was doing that.
Hmm.
And Nick got caught, Zach wasn't happy, and they actually fired him from the show. Hence why he went off and did his own thing, because he saw it as a rebellious, so that, yes, I do remember that, and I'm a big fan of Ghost Adventures. I do like Zach, and I do remember this, but it was purely for the fact because Nick was the one that was doing it. It wasn't the others that were doing it.
Do I still have time? Or
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You still got time.
okay, I think I've told you this one too. In New York City, there's an old mansion. It's called. Oh God, I'm having. Alexander Hamilton's wife owned it. I'll remember it in a minute. But we went there, a Jamal Warner house, and I never been up to Upper New York in my life ever. Never heard of this place. Didn't know of it. They were taking from depots. They took us on tours, and they
Mm.
took us to this house. I walked in with the group of us, and we were standing waiting for our tour guide. And I looked up and I saw a woman coming down the stairs. And I said, okay. So I said, the tour guide came down and we'll be going in a minute. She goes, so I said to her, oh, you have ghosts here. She goes, we're not supposed to be saying anything. Shh. I said,
Mm.
she goes, what was it, what did it look like? And I said, it's a woman coming down the stairs. She's in this big blue dress. Her hair's up in a bun and she's got a white top on. And she goes, oh, okay. And she just looked at me like this surprise. She goes, you've been here before. I said, I've never been here up in Harlem in my life, ever.
Mm.
And so we went around the bottom, then we went up the stairs, and right at the top of the stairs was a woman in a painting with a big blue dress, white top, and her hair was up in a bun. And it was Miss Warner. It was or Jamal, her name. She was in the
Okay.
picture, and she was like, "Oh my god!" I went, "Oh my god!" But what happened was
That's really interesting.
years later, Ghost Adventures was there, and they found a ghost in the house. And I, of course, had never met them,
Mm.
so they found what I found.
That's really interesting to like have you go to somewhere, then a TV show for the exact same thing, go there. you know, yeah, it it's all about people's
Mhm.
deception. So people in the chat, are you agreeing with Tom? By the way, if you do agree that what he's saying is legit and like true facts, then put a 5. If you completely disagree, by the way, this is not to get political or anything like that, then put a 1. We're gonna hear Dar's side in just a second. Nemo's the biggest skeptic going, by the way. Like, Nemo's the biggest skeptic going. But literally, like, for those who are just joining, by the way, welcome. This is Alex Explains the Unexplained. We've got 2 amazing guests for you guys. We've got Tom, who's a medium, and we've got Dar, who is not believing as a skeptic. He does believe, but he's going to present his argument for against. So we're going to hear his side. I know he says he has some things happening in his own home, and he notices there's things that are around him, so that could be interesting. So, like, we're going to hear your side now, Dar. The floor is all yours.
Yeah, there's actually two things behind this. One of them is what we perceive, what we see. Then the other one is all, Hollywood smoke and mirrors just to make people believe that, oh, there's ghosts and that kind of stuff. Especially with how our mind works, we think that we pretty much see everything. Especially now, people think, "Oh, I've seen an orb. I've seen an orb." People think dust particles are orbs. People think flies are orbs. Some people think, "Oh, there's a little cloudy wisp of everything." Those can be cobwebs. Some people will think, "Oh, I saw a person just walk by and everything like that." Our eyes can literally play tricks on us to have our brain think that we saw something going on. So it's all what our mind and perception goes through, because people will come up, it's like, I just saw something around the corner, blah blah blah, and you like try to look around, it's like, I saw nothing or anything like that. Now, also on top of that is what we hear too, because some people will think, oh, I heard footsteps, like loud banging noises and that kind of stuff. That could be anything too. That could be loud pipes banging. That could be literally floors creaking and everything like that, especially with old homes with like old beams and everything like that, and how old they are. Sometimes the support cannot hold up what they are.
Yeah. So you're like
Now,
looking at uneven like floor surfaces, things like that. If they've got like wooden flooring and like,
mm-hmm.
yeah, I get that because a lot of people have had that issue in the past where there's uneven floors. And if you walk on uneven floors, people, you'll notice there is a slight creak. So I totally get that. Sorry, carry on.
Yeah, so pretty much of what we hear in everything is also what we perceive too, thinking, oh, it's a ghost or a spirit trying to contact us. Now, also smell wise, some people can smell it's like really strong perfume and that kind of stuff. That can be literally almost anything. It could be like a really strong flower outside coming through. So they just think it's like, oh, there's this really bad odor and everything. Somebody could probably didn't throw out their garbage like weeks and weeks ago and they totally forgot about it and you think it's a dead body, but it's not. It's probably somebody's week old pizza that they forgot to throw away. Now, the other one is also they think they got touched too, in a way.
Mm-hmm.
That can also be perceptive too, because sometimes our nerves can act like somebody's touching us or poking us or somewhat like a hot poke. Sometimes our nerves will interact in different certain ways. Like if you feel like you got punched or something like that, sometimes our nerves will cause like a spasm just to feel like somebody got punched or, oh, I got touched. Sometimes our nerves will do the same thing.
Yeah.
Also, wind, air, whatnot, like a nice little wisp of wind, thinking somebody like just gracefully touching that kind of stuff. That can also perceive as touch too. Now, the whole entire smoke and mirrors, Hollywood, like doors opening, stuff being thrown, and that kind of stuff. Hollywood pretty much makes it more believable, thinking that either the spirits is really strong or they're trying to contact us in a way too, because nowadays with how technology is,
Mm-hmm.
they can edit different portions of what the object is going through. So the video that you showed can also be edited in a way too of how it's being thrown from one area to another area, and how the door's opening. It could be literally a piece of string just like flying right open or trying to slam shut in a way too. Same thing with like the mirrors and that kind of stuff being flown or flipped over. Uh, Knives, there can be contraptions that knives can be thrown at like a certain degree and everything like that, so they can actually stick. Plus, also how many takes for those to happen too, because one try doesn't do its justice. It'll take like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of tries to make it perfect and go like, all right, we're done, edited it in, so it kind of looks like how it is in a way.
Mm.
So
You
it pretty much
basically
all
saying So you're basically saying when people are like doing YouTubes and they're going to haunted locations, that they're trying to make people believe that there's something there when there actually isn't? Or is it just the fact that because Hollywood glamorizes everything, so like when they do the certain ghost films like The Conjuring and things like that, like The Grudge. Sorry, I'm using The Grudge because that is a Japanese ghost. So things like that, you're basically saying that Hollywood glamorizes it to make people believe that these things do actually exist in the people's minds. That's what you're trying to say.
correct.
So yeah, there obviously
And
are a lot of
now
videos out there, but
people will think this, they'll like see a really really old house that's like almost two shambles, thinking, oh, I bet you this is haunted, and they go in and it's just literally an old house, and they'll be like all bummed and whatnot. But with the technology and how Hollywood perceptions now, they can literally edit it and go like, oh, this house is haunted and everything like that, and they'll try to investigate, and it's just an ongoing concept, and it's just going to misconstrue everybody thinking, oh, it's a ghost of this person, compared to, oh, it's a ghost of this group, or oh, there used to be on top of a burial ground and everything like that. Almost every single house, people are going to be thinking, oh, it's on top of a burial ground, so there's spirits that are not happy and everything like that.
yeah,
I
this
agree
is the
with
thing.
you.
This is the thing. Like many people believe that. But by the way, you have to remember when houses were built, regardless here in the UK or in the US, a majority of houses anyway were pretty much built on burial grounds because you've got to remember, like back in history, there were no like brick and mortar. Literally, there were like wooden houses that didn't have. You've got to remember the communities were a lot smaller, so the churches were a lot smaller, and they if people were dying, there was more bodies to bury than what was actually in the community. So a lot of places now and houses are built on burial sites because there was just the more people grow, the more houses they need to build, and you need land to put them on. So of course houses are going to be built on burial grounds and ritual and Indian sites and things like that. So it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Yes, to a degree, people can say, well, yeah, my house is haunted because it was built on a burial ground. But then so were many other houses that were built on burial grounds. But nobody knew about this. They just built houses, regardless of what was underneath them. And you have to remember, over the periods of history, our grounds have evolved so many times. They're still digging up dinosaurs, and look how long ago dinosaurs were extinct. You know, for all we know, like there could be a dinosaur that's roaming around as a ghost. Oh, that'd be weird. But there, you know, there could be a T-Rex that we just don't know about that's roaming the streets of London. That would be, by the way, very bizarre. I'm just saying, and I don't now want to go to London because I've never experienced sensing a T-Rex in London. But do you see what I'm getting at? It's regardless of whether humans have passed, whether animals have passed, the spirit or the soul, as I said previously, kind of leaves the body. And yeah, exactly, John. You know, people, like, the soul leaves the body, and we don't know necessarily where it's going to go or where it's going to end up. Now, like I say, there have been multiple religions and beliefs that have believed in many things, as in the spirit has been taken to the underworld. Like I say, this is what certain religions believe, especially the Egyptians. They never believed in heaven. Majority of the Egyptians believed in hell, that your soul was taken by Anubis and you went to the hells of Anubis. Now, don't quote me if I'm wrong, but like the Egyptians were really religious, and the Greeks are really religious. Romans, obviously, there's Roman Catholics. So any type of religion is going to believe, hold on, this is from what I was doing on my research, any type of religion is going to believe that there are some forms of things like spirits and ghosts, but they just can't pinpoint or understand it. Does that make sense? So regardless of this debate today and everybody in the chat, you know, for me, being a ghost hunter myself, by the way, I don't pull any fast ones. I don't do any trickery. I not like that. I just go, I do what I need to do, and then I leave and let be. Because I would rather, if it's haunted, I would rather let them just stay there and don't follow me back. You know, I would rather just go into a place, open arms, and go, okay, whatever is here is going to be here. Whether or not it's going to attach itself to me, which I really hope, God, it's never done, apart from one experience. You know, but, you know, trust me, it wasn't great. There are other things than human spirits. Now, a lot of people believe in demonology. You know, so whether or not, like, people conjure in seances dark energy, so that is looking at demons. Now, I don't believe in heaven or hell. Do I believe there's Satan? Quite possibly. Have I met him? No, I have not. Do I want to meet him? No, I do not. Have I met his demonic little minions? Yes, I have. And that is by people opening portals that they can't necessarily close. Yeah, there is a sulfur smelling. Yes, it does smell like sulfur. It's not a nice smell. It's like a sulfur burning kind of smell, is what I can kind of from what I remember of like previous experiences. I've only come across it very, very little, but when I have, I try to like, say no thank you, go back to wherever you came from.
But I agree with him. A lot, if people saw what ghost hunts really are like, they'd be bored shitless.
Yeah.
You've got to wait a long time before you actually see something.
Yeah.
Hollywood couldn't do it. That's why they fabricate things.
Yeah.
But I'm on the
No,
other
I
hand.
agree.
I
I agree 100%.
I
That
can give you one
yes.
example. Gabriel was doing a Zoom call, and Phyllis, who had never met his partner in business, I kept looking at her and I kept seeing somebody,
Hmm.
and I kept smelling. Now, where I was living, I didn't smoke, but I was
Hmm.
smelling cigar smoke. So I finally said, Phyllis, who's the man standing behind you? He's kind of heavy set and he's smoking a cigar, and their face
Yeah.
dropped. So Gabriel said, you know, next show we do, Phyllis will come on. I said, sure. And I started explaining to her father what he looked like, that he smoked cigars, and I had no idea, and what her mother looked like. That's the other end of it. I'm not
Yeah.
like that video, like I agree with him. It's just
Yeah.
the door opening that fast.
By
No.
the way, when I found that, I only needed a small clip. The other videos were like 10, 15, 20 minutes long. I just wanted a snippet. It was literally, obviously, that video footage that you all saw was obviously edited. But yeah, I know you can cut them down, emoji, Jay, but literally, I just needed something just so you can kind of like see briefly as to what was happening in their home. Literally, that was just it. It wasn't. I didn't want something that was going to be prolonged. I didn't want something that was going to be long, and things like that. There are other clips on their YouTube channel that you can go and see. They have caught two like shaped figures that are literally look like shadow people that are walking across their living room, and there's nobody in their living room. Like, there is nobody there. Now, can you tell me how you can see two shadow figures walk across somebody's living room when there's nobody in the living room, and the camera is on the camera is on a wall. There's nothing behind the camera. The camera is on the wall. You know, I personally, I don't understand how you can see two tallish looking figures that look like shadows in people walking across a living room. You know,
Could have visitors. Visitors can be coming in. You can always tell them, it's like, all right, I need you be sneakily walk across real quick from one side to the other side so your shadow can
yeah, but there's
see.
nothing there. Like, watch the video clip on their YouTube channel and you'll see what I'm saying. There's nothing in the living room, because the living room's not a big living room. It's quite a small living room. And so where the camera's positioned, there is literally nothing. Literally where the wall is, where they had the camera in front of, like, where the desk was, where you saw the mirror fall. The camera's on a back wall on a very small, like, floating shelf. So there's nothing, and where this camera's position is exactly what you can see in their living room, walking from one side to the other of the room. Now, there is nobody there, you know, but they have it everywhere. They have it everywhere in their house. It's not just the living room. They have it in their kitchen. They have heard footsteps. They've had door slam in their bedrooms, and they've both been there, and there's nobody else there other than them. Now, I don't think a newborn baby is, by the way, they had this stuff happen before she became pregnant, so it was just the two of them living in the home. Now, go check them out. It's Ben and Lainey on YouTube. But I want to now know from everybody, whilst we've got Tom and Dar in the box, do you guys, can we get a poll for whoever believes that ghosts, spirits, demonic entities, apparitions, you name it, they've been called many things, ghouls, can we all get a poll in the chat, please? Put a 5 if you strongly believe that ghosts and spirits like exist, or a 1 if you completely disagree. We just want to get and I will give you my final say as to whether or not I believe. By the looks of it, we're getting a lot of 5s. Anybody else want to throw 3.5? Says John. Trinity's a 5. Everybody who's just joining, welcome. This is Alice Explains the Unexplained. We do shows here every Saturday. Currently at the moment it's 3 p.m. BST and 10 a.m. Eastern time. Unfortunately, I have to do it at my original slot, says Chris, at 8 in the morning. I'm so sorry for the Americans. I didn't pick it, honest. Chris did. So we are literally, basically, everybody's agreeing so far that ghosts do exist. And there's obviously a lot of people that believe that ghosts exist. Obviously, John, I think, is on the fence. He's a 3.5. So I'm kind of going to say John's on the fence a little bit there. For me, who does ghost hunts and being an empath and a clairvoyant, there are things that I have seen and I have witnessed that I can't even possibly explain. Being somebody who does ghost hunts on their own as well as in very small groups, there is stuff that I can honestly say I can't explain, and there are people that have gone on these and they've caught stuff on camera that they can't necessarily explain. And you know, it's one of them things that I think people are either going to be yes, I believe, no, I don't believe. Like, I've had it in the guest boxes before. Like I said, Dar might change his mind and might be a believer. We've had this happen before. Boo, this is Alice Explains the Unexplained. Welcome. Our topic is ghosts. We have Tom, who's a spiritual medium, and Dar, who semi-what believes, but is, I believe, a little bit skeptic. So he is the argument against. At the moment, we're currently now just discussing whether or not, as a collective, whether we believe in ghosts and whether or not they really do exist. Now, like I say, I'm a clairvoyant and a spiritual empath. Do I believe? I do. Because there are certain things that I've seen that I can't necessarily unsee. I've had things happen that I can't necessarily explain how they've happened. You know, no, I do not want to talk to them in any sense, nor do I want to have that connection with them, Trinity. I'd rather run in the opposite direction. Thank you very much. But, you know, like, I've done it, so I've used communication tools. But as a collective, guys, I think we're going to be on the agreement that ghosts do exist. So this is another win for Team Ghosts. Sorry, Dar. But yes, I do strongly believe that media, films, Hollywood, when it comes to ghost films and haunting films, yes, they do over exaggerate in how people want to perceive and believe that ghosts have this persona to scare people, to make them fearful. Oh my god, I can't get the words out. Feel fearful of what they're experiencing. Now, this is Hollywood. They glamorize everything. No, I don't. I'm not scared by ghosts. I'm not scared by spirits. I'm not scared by entities. I'm not scared by any of it. Like,
it's answer that one. Why are ghosts scared to be seen? They're not scared. They just don't have the energy all the time. That's what I believe.
Yeah, it is a bit like
I agree with Jar. A lot of it's made up. But there's the things that you've seen me do yourself.
Yeah.
Talking about your grandmother that I could not have known. Yeah. You guys are in, I don't know where Dar is, but you're in England. I'm 3,360 something miles away, but yet I knew it.
Yeah. Like I say, at the end of the day, we're obviously all believing so far on this that ghosts really do exist and that they are out there and that they want to show themselves, they're gonna show themselves. If they're not, then yo, hi guys, peace out there, like spirits and ghosts and ghoulies. People who are like in America and they're ghosty ghoulies, hello. People in Dar's house, hello, ghost. How you doing? Like Dar's now thinking, oh my god, something's gonna happen in a minute and I'm gonna like run in the opposite direction. But you know, everything that we've talked about and discussed and looked at, by the way, guys, is something to take on the chin, go away, evaluate it. You know, if you really want to believe or if you don't want to believe, like I said, that is your choice. Everybody has free choice, everybody has free will. So it is down to you whether or not you truly want to believe that they really do exist or not. I can't sway you, nor can Tom, nor can Dar. But all I will say is this. This has been Alex Explains the Unexplained. I've had two amazing guests. I'm now going to thank these wonderful people and yourselves, guys, for gifting me, Dar, Tom. Thank you so much. Tom, where can we find you and when do you stream? Please.
Me? Well, you know,
Yes,
I'm not
you.
streaming right now. And when you have time to set up, we will start Medium again.
Yeah, we're going to redo midweek Medium. Dar, my lovely other second guest, when do you stream? Where can people go see you? Yeah.
Okay, first off, I got really cold, really quick, all of a sudden during this show, and I did not like it. And my room is warm, and I don't have any windows.
Yeah, I know. It's a woman. There's a woman with him.
Oh, no, Tom, don't freak him out. Don't freak him out. Don't freak him out.
No, I know. He's right. She like I was trying to be sneaky about it. It's like trying to rub my arm, going like, stop it.
Yeah.
I know. It was your left arm.
Anyway,
Mid arm right by the elbow.
Tom, Dar,
Yeah,
where can
I started...
we find you in the streaming world?
I didn't mean to make people go like, oh my god. So
where can people find you, Dar? In your everybody, please do hit Tom and Dar with a favorite. But where can we see you, Dar? And when do you go live?
So I go live Wednesday night, Thursday night, well, sometimes Thursday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights. Today is my day off, around 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I have a show on Saturdays called Around the Jukebox at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a music news show based. Tonight we're going to be talking about memorable concerts that we've been to, one of our favorite concerts and everything from there. And I also go lives Monday afternoons, Monday nights, and Tuesday afternoons, Tuesday nights. Those usually vary.
Amazing. Thank you so much to you both. You've been absolute amazing guests.
John just
literally, you both can now exit the boxes. Thank you much. Please, guys, go hit them up with a favorite. Like I say, you can catch Tom when I will redo midweek Medium. So yeah, Dar, if you're ever around and you want to have Tom look into your house,
ooh, she's
what's
standing
there?
next to you. She's on your left. She's on your left
then
side.
Seriously, do it. Right, I'm going to exit you both out of the box, but you've been absolutely amazing. Please, guys, do hit Dar and Tom with a favorite. Dar, seriously, you're amazing. I know you from other people's streams. On next week's show, guys, we're gonna have my friend Nate and Emoji J. I may have to hit you up with somebody else because I'm not 100% sure who I can bring into this. Possibly maybe Jilly Baby because she quite likes the depths of the ocean. So we're gonna be exploring what really exists in the bottom of the deep. Could there be a I can't say it, the Megalodon? Atlantis, there could be Atlantis, you never know. We could possibly try and find Atlantis in the depths of the great big ocean out there, you know? But yeah, I really want to, like I say, guys, really, really, really want to thank Tom and Dar for being amazing guests. Seriously, you have no idea. I really also would love, even though, guys, it's really hard to thank you for the gifts whilst doing the show, but I want to go hit up my top 10, which is John, Kirsty, Gabriel, thank you so much, Kevin, Nemo, Hipster, Mike, Joey, thank you, Nas, he was here a little while ago, AD White, Gracie, thank you so much, guys, for the gifts. Appreciate each and every single one of you. Until next time, seriously, come back for more of Alex G7 Explains the Unexplained. I'm trying so hard to persuade you guys, but nope. This is what happens, though, you know. Unfortunately, like, people are either like completely like for it. No, they're either team for, very little of a team against. To be fair, you did have a quite compelling argument. To be fair, yes, I know there's 4 minutes. But like I say, guys, yeah, Emoji J, if you can hit me up with a guest for next week, we're gonna be, like I say, delving into the deep. You never know, we might find Atlantis. We might find many like underwater cities that may exist. Who knows? It could be very interesting. But like I say, guys, as always, you know how much I love doing this show. I know I haven't been here the last couple of weeks. Well, we had to redo the show from Saturday to do Tuesday. But yeah, seriously, you guys have been, as always. Yeah, next week's gonna be a great show. Hopefully, Emoji J, you can come through. We're gonna look really into the deep. Thanks, Nate. I'm now really gonna have to up my game in my research on this. Thank you. And then the following week, we have an even more interesting topic. Like, legit interesting. Now, I have actually messaged this person because I want him and another person to be a guest. So I'm reached out to Chris and Melody, the two admins on the app, on the platform, whether or not they want to go head to head against one another. For I'm not going to tell you what topic it's about. I've already told them what the topic's about, but you guys are going to have to wait until next week to find out what the topic is. Just saying. But until next time, guys. Oh yeah, I can't wait. If they both agree to it, it could be very interesting. Very, very interesting. Considering she's already told me what side she wants, it could be interesting adding both of them into our group chat. But I have reached out to both of them because I want them, like I say, it's not next week, it'll be the week after. So yeah. It's going to be interesting. And hopefully this show will get featured and you can all come back. Yay. And show love and support as always, guys. Like I say, I don't know what I'm literally just waffling. And we are now show close. Thank you, guys. Seriously, Emoji J, as always, thank you so much. I will hit you up Monday. Until next week, guys. Seriously, much love to you all. I've now got to go and get ready for work.